Good evening, everybody. Today was a beautiful summer day. It was hot, it was sticky, and there's bugs all over the place. Did I mention I love summer? And I believe it or not, I'm actually not being sarcastic. I do like summer. But I went for a jog this morning, a run if you will. I ran to the park, which was about half a mile, and then I stopped, took a short rest, ran about 3/4 of a mile around like a little walking trail that they have there. And then I did like a brisk walk the rest of the way. And it felt good. I felt more confident about myself today. I felt more productive today. And I slept better. And I haven't done a lot of exercise in a long time. I've been smoking for 2 years, so it was nice to do something good for my body for once. I think I'm gonna start doing this every day. Get some of that tar out of my lungs. But anyway, I actually didn't want to talk to you about that, but I wanted to make a video for you here in the great outdoors, because it is a beautiful day. And I want to talk to you today about outsourcing. And I'm going to tell you the stories of 3 men, and I want you to tell me which one has the best record on outsourcing. First, there was a man who was a lawyer. He decided to start a business. That business later outsourced many of its jobs overseas in order to cut labor costs, be more cost efficient, and become more profitable. Many hardworking Americans were laid off and left without work and left with no means to support their families. And all those jobs went overseas where labor is much cheaper. Now there was a second man who was actually in an executive position of power in a great nation. He had an opportunity to pursue policies that would create energy jobs in his home country, but he refused to do so. He instead decided to invest in energy products in countries like Venezuela and send those energy jobs overseas. He invested billions of dollars of the taxpayers' money in green jobs programs to make the environment a better place and at the same time to create jobs. What could be better? Unfortunately, he did not send that money into a green jobs program here at home, but rather overseas, various countries in Europe. That same president also conducted a takeover of a failing company known as General Motors, shut down hundreds of dealerships across the country, again left many Americans without work. And some of those jobs are now available overseas. Man 1 and Man 2 to this day are arguing about who's worse at sending jobs overseas. Meanwhile, man number 3 one day decided to start a business. He worked with his hands. He was a hard worker, an honest person. He enjoyed building things and fixing things, so he decided to start a one-man handyman business. Eventually that business became so successful that it became a large company that would employ over 1,000 Americans. 1,000 jobs created here in America. Never once did his company ever face accusations of sending jobs overseas. In fact, they were service jobs, so it wouldn't even be possible to do so anyway. This man created 1,000 jobs here at home, went on to become governor of a certain state. He was one of only 4 governors to take his state's deficit and turn it into a $1 billion surplus by the end of his second term. And he did so without ever having to raise taxes. In fact, bills that would raise spending or taxes, he often vetoed. He vetoed hundreds of bills that were fiscally irresponsible or otherwise unfair to the people of his state, and became known as Governor Veto. But the real question is, which of these men has the best record on outsourcing? Man number one, who owned a company that outsourced many jobs. Man number two, that enacted policies that led to outsourcing jobs or creating jobs overseas instead of here at home. Or man number three, who owned a successful business that created 1,000 jobs here at home and never had to outsource them overseas. You decide. But I'm gonna give you the names of those men, in case you don't know them. Man number one was Mitt Romney. Man number two is Barack Obama. Man number three is a man many people don't know. A Libertarian nominee for president, Gary Johnson. So, who do you think has the best record on outsourcing? I'd like you to tell me in the comments section. Thank you. Have a nice day.